very much, Mr. Speaker. One of the real benefits, and why it's such a privilege to be a member of the House of Keys, is looking around and seeing what a young and diverse group of people we have here to reflect the diversity of our community. But with that youth and diversity sometimes comes a slight lack of experience in terms of the administration of government. And also, there are members here who have never worked under a previous Chief Minister. I've had dealings with Tony Brown, with Alan Bell, and also served under Howard Quell. And each of them brought their own particular way of doing things. As other members have said, there's no textbook for how you are as a Chief Minister. But some of those common attributes are about leadership, are about bringing people along with you. And Alfred Cannon, in his manifesto to be Chief Minister, pledged to do that by having government conferences, by having an island plan with quarterly updates and an annual review, by actually having annual departmental plans debated in front of us. I think we've seen under this Chief Minister possibly a greater dialogue with members, ministers and the broader public than ever before. And we need to actually make sure that we appreciate that, the differences that we've experienced in this administration, despite all the obvious challenges that we face, as outlined by other members. During this debate, there's been various comments about our fiscal policy and our economy, and questions also about this year's budget and demands about what should be in next year's budget. So standing here as Treasury Minister, I wonder why this vote of no confidence isn't in me rather than the Chief Minister. Because one member has said that my hands are tied. My hands aren't tied as Treasury Minister. Sometimes I sit on my hands, because what we've already commented about is the collective nature of the Council of Ministers. The fact that the Chief Minister leads the debate but doesn't control it. The fact that we work as a collective with collective responsibility but absolutely disagree on some of the key policies we bring forward, moderate them, debate them at length, and then try to lead according to the Allinson plan, according to the economic strategy that have been approved by this honourable court. But that responsibility in terms of being a government minister, that ability to compromise on certain aspects, is nothing compared with the responsibility of being the Chief Minister. Because with that degree of leadership comes a very heavy burden and a heavy responsibility. And I think throughout this administration, we have all had to make difficult decisions, hard decisions now, but for the greater good of the future of our nation. And as we've gone on, those decisions haven't become any easier, and people have already talked about looking forward to the next general election. I am not looking forward to see what I might be saying in 2026. There are things that have to be said now, actions that have to be said now, and we need to make absolutely certain that we are reflecting the people who put us here now, rather than try to think what they may want us to say on a hustings in 2026. The thing that I suppose does puzzle me about this vote, the motion in front of us, is it is all about personalities. The debate has been about policies. The debate has been about leadership. The debate has been how we construct the budget. That's a great debate. But let's come back down to this motion in front of us. It is about one person, one personality, and also more about that person's language. Now, everything we say has an effect. It's put on Hansard, but we have to remember that it has an effect inside this chamber. It has an effect inside our communities and wider. The debate today is about a lack of confidence in the Chief Minister. Now, back in 2021, when we had the election to elect the Chief Minister, I absolutely gave Alfred Cannon my loyalty. Not unreserved loyalty, but quite well-placed loyalty that he was the right person to lead our government and lead our country. And that loyalty and that belief has not changed since. I, like many other ministers, have had time to reflect on the results of this vote. I stood to be an MHK to make change. I believe that we are making change, making constructive change. I am not prepared to sit under another Chief Minister just on the whims of changing policy or changing direction. I am voting against this motion. I'm voting for stability and certainty, and I'm voting to keep our Chief Minister and allow him to lead the Council of Ministers in delivering the Ireland Plan and an economic strategy for our people. Thank you.
Yeah.